Hello, TECA1318. Here is your Module 3 checklist. We are going to switch over from looking at nutrition to looking at health. How do we keep kids healthy? How do we identify common childhood illnesses? What to do in those situations? And so we've got a couple chapters. We have a discussion over physical fitness, and then you have your second field experience. So this is going to be going over SLOs 2 and 5. Our lecture content this week, this is over what is a daily health check, and that's really good to do, to screen children, to check for anything new, any illnesses, and with COVID right now, you're automatically taking temperatures, at least at my daughter's school. This is one that I did over common childhood illnesses, and I couldn't remember tea tree oil for the prevention for lice, putting that into shampoo if that's a problem. These are common ones. I didn't have these childhood illnesses until I got to be an adult. But there's that. And then more information about a couple of them, which is lice and hand, foot, and mouth disease, pink eye, vaccines. There's also impetigo. How do you recognize them? And if you see something on a child, my rule of thumb is don't touch it. If you're working in a child care situation, you can take them to the director. You can send them to the school nurse if you're working in a school setting. And then how long does the child have to be out? What are the treatments for that? Then we're going to be looking at physical fitness. So we're going to be going to a website and an article. This is the Let's Move website for Michelle Obama and the idea of getting kids up and moving. And then there's an article about how children learn through movement. So not only are we keeping them physically healthy, but mentally healthy, social, emotional healthy. So once again, the idea that all of these parts of ourselves work together to keep us well. And that's the concept of wellness. It's multi-dimension. It's not just your physical body, but your mind and your emotions. So you're going to talk about that and then talk about how does it contribute to healthy behavior. How do we get kids involved in it, especially those who like to sit and play video games a whole lot? What do we do when it's hot outside? So there's that discussion. You've got your Chapter 9 quiz with 2 attempts. It's going to be looking at that health screening and assessment. And then Chapter 10 is going to be over managing infectious diseases. So it's going to go a little bit more in detail with the PowerPoints and lectures. Once again, 2 attempts. Then you've got your field experience 2, which is the key assessment. This is your health lesson plan. And so I'm not going to go through it again. Here is a video where I walk you through step by step the directions. Here's a link to developmentally appropriate practices, because that's one of the things you need to explain how your assignment and activities are developmentally appropriate. 2 to 3 behavioral objectives that begin with an action verb. So these are going to be the student will be able to explain, the student will be able to write, draw, those different types of things. So that's going to be that. No matter if you are watching videos or you are actually in the classroom, I'm going to go back and show you on the field experience page. Even here, you're going to count 1.5 hours, because what you have to do is in the field experience, you actually have to teach it to a child. And due to the situation, you can teach it to whatever child that you have available to you. If you have a 2-year-old child, if you have a 10-year-old child, it doesn't matter. It can be one child, it can be a classroom of children, just the experience of doing an activity with a child as well. And the other thing is when we talk about 2 activities, like you're going to do that activity with that child, but what's 2 other things that you could do with them? What else could you put out in center? So if you're going to do a whole thing about teeth brushing, and you model teeth brushing and you practice teeth brushing, or you bring, one of the follow-ups can be bring a dentist. It can be, what are you going to have out in the reading center that talks about teeth? What are you going to have? Maybe you have a dentist thing in the um, pretend center. So that's what I'm going to be looking for to have that all really fleshed out. You're welcome to find books online. If you have some problems, just know that I'm here to help it. You get the assignment in on time, the most complete that you can. If you run into any stumbling blocks and you're not able to access the child or the books or something along those lines, let me know and you and I will come up with a plan for you to get that assignment done. So that is it. I look forward to seeing you guys on the discussion board and have a great week.